Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the vlog, y'all. It's a September reset. We are getting ourselves organized for the last quarter of the year, which sounds insane. So starting off, I need to get my salon space organized. So going through, doing foundation inventory, cleaning things, checking out what I have as far as hair color. So this is behind the scenes of running a beauty business that you typically don't get to see due to my travel schedule for the past 2 months. So July and August are heavy travel for me. I do hair and makeup for bodybuilding competitions, so if I'm not gone every weekend, I'm gone every other. And so my inventory has gotten out of control, so I'm going through checking to see what I have, so that way when I do go to the beauty supply store, I'm not buying doubles and triples of things. I like to keep up with my inventory using Notion. I'm a Notion girly. Get on YouTube. If you're not familiar with it, I find it just an amazing source to just keep track of everything. So this is going to help me manage my space better and just be more organized. So here is what we are looking like, all clean. I have not done an official studio tour yet, just simply because there's still things I need to be done, but you know, greatness takes time. So let's move on and get to cleaning my house. And fam, what is up? It is, let me see, Wednesday, September 4th. I am just getting myself ready for an interview. Yes, an interview. You're probably thinking, Amber, what are you going to interview for? You have your beauty business, yada, yada, yada. And listen, yes, absolutely. I do have my business. I had mentioned in, I don't know, one of my videos that I was just really thinking about things and restructuring and how I am working on a new business venture. And here's the thing. In order to start a business, you have to have money. And for this particular business, I'm going to need a lot of money, which means I need more cash flow. I need more income in my life. So yes, I am still in my salon studio, which that has been, you know, a challenge within itself. Just like, I'm going to be very transparent with y'all. The salon culture and world has been so challenging for me, honestly. Like, it has not been the same since 2020. Things that I have noticed about me of just being in salon is that I miss being in an open floor salon. I don't like being in a room by myself. That's not fun for me. It's just, I'm not into it. And then, of course, you know, I'm in a weird place with my salon studio, because I'm in a place with my career where I'm not hustling and striving to get a bunch of new clients. Like, when you first start off, yes, it's like that for like the first like 5 years. And after a while, you become established, you have your clients, you know, and so you're not really hustling for new clients. And so I'm going to be very real here. I thought for sure that when I went back at the beginning of the year that I would be able to at least get back 50% of my clients. That did not happen. So now I'm in a place where, okay, I wasn't able to retain 50% of my clients. I'm also not in a place in my life where I want to be out here striving to get a bunch of new clients. Like, if I get new clients, okay, cool. Like, I like servicing my clients, the clients that I have. I also have stage glam, but at the same time, it's just kind of like all that money. Like, when you have a business, basically all the money just goes back into the business. But it has just been, it has been very daunting for me, just trying to figure out the structure. What's what? Did I make a mistake? It's like that Bible verse about how a dog returns back to its vomit. Yes, that's how I feel. So anywho, getting ready for an interview, and this is actually my third interview. So I think I might have the job. Like, I don't want to, like, you know, get too ahead of myself, but I mean, the first one went well. The second one went very well. So today's the third one, and we're gonna see how things go. So We are also getting life together. We're getting organized. So y'all saw I already started with my salon studio. So went in and was able to just do some serious inventory because I've been traveling for the past 2 months. So I haven't had time to go through and handle all of that. Look at the color, look at my makeup products, see what I need to restock on X, Y, and Z. And that's the other thing too, like, no matter what type of business you're in or what you're doing, y'all, it's expensive, And so it gets to the point to where you have your overhead, and then you also need to make sure that, okay, well, am I, you have to check your profit margins. But like I said, again, it's hard when y'all know inflation is obviously a thing. Inflation is something else. And then, when you're not at a place to where you're getting, a good client flow, it definitely makes things tricky. However, I have finally let go of the stress and the worry of it all. God's got it. And I also was very hard on myself because I just had to take a moment and ask, okay, God, did I miss you? Did I hear you incorrectly? Like, is this where I'm supposed to be or not? And, I felt bad because I truly felt like, crap, I made a mistake again. I missed God. I didn't hear him clearly. But then also, I can't remember who I was watching, but it was a nice reminder. It's like, even if you do misstep or you didn't hear God properly, he's still going to order your steps. He's still going to help you. And that's the thing, it's like when you're doing things with the intent of, okay, I am moving in this direction because this is what I feel God is calling me to do. Like, God's not going to be upset with you over that, So regardless, like if you heard him properly or not, either way, he's going to order your steps as long as you are seeking him. So that's that on that. I am using the Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette, which I haven't used in forever. You guys, it's officially fall. Fall is here. And I'm going to be cleaning my house today, organizing things, and getting ready for fall because fall makes me happy. So I'm going to finish up here. When I get back, we get in this house in order. Alrighty. Lighting's not that well. I don't have any light on in here. Let me see. This is our outfit. Interview outfit. Interview chic, and then this is what the face is looking like. I will be sure. Hold on, let me get into some natural light. Hold on here. Okay, this is what the face is looking like. I'll be sure to leave everything that I use down below. And let's see. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, I still need to get a car tripod. Interview is over. I killed it. So I had the entire leadership team watching me while I was doing this. So 3 ladies are all fantastic while I was doing the makeup demo, and it went amazing. I got the job. So I am very excited about it. So you're probably like, well, what's the job? What are you doing? What are you doing? I am going to be a licensed beauty advisor at Sephora, and I am excited. I am very excited. One of the ladies in leadership, she asked me a question. I thought it was a very good question. She said, you're an entrepreneur. And so how does it feel for you to basically come back down to a more structured type of work environment? And I explained to her, I said, first of all, there's no pride and ego, because at the end of the day, for me, I have to do what makes me happy. And I don't care if it's me doing my own thing, freelancing with my own business in here. I need to be putting makeup on people's faces. At the end of the day, I realize that is my core, that is my soul, that is what I love. So I have to be honest, one of the struggles with me being in my salon space is I don't like being in a room by myself. I do not. I miss being on an open salon floor, and most importantly, I want to be able to put makeup on people's faces at the end of the day. Yes, I love doing hair, but y'all know I like hair. Makeup is my love. So I'm excited for this opportunity, and it's a flex position. So therefore, I can still work it around my in studio when I travel around for bodybuilding competitions. But with the bodybuilding season, that's getting ready to slow down. As far as salon, y'all, I'm not booked and busy in salon, so therefore I have a couple of days in the salon, and then the days when I'm not out, when I'm not in the salon, like I said, travel's getting ready to calm down. I need to make more money because I have another big goal that I'm trying to achieve, and I understand for that particular goal with that particular business, I'm going to need a lot of cash flow, and I'm going to have to work really, really hard, and I'm okay with that. So I'm excited. I feel it feels good. This is totally different from Macy's because with Macy's, unfortunately, they weren't artistry focused. And that was one of my big issues with Macy's when I worked there. I'm grateful for the opportunity and I love the leadership team. I love my bosses. But as far as the company of Macy's, they don't care about leadership. There's no organization as far as like the beauty department. It's unrealistic expectations. And I felt like I was put in a position of leadership there. However, it didn't really matter because the big wigs upstairs gonna do whatever they want to do anyway. So I'm just kind of there for fluff and to make the department just kind of look good and go type deal. So here they care about my artistry. So I had my first interview, which is a pre-screen via Zoom. I had my second interview last week where I had to come in and speak to the manager. And then the third interview today was the demo. I had to do a demo on one of the employees that's there with 3 women from the leadership team where they are watching my skills or critiquing my skills, how I interact with the client, selling. And so it was intense, but it came out so good. So I'm excited. So I picked up some goodies. Let's do a little haul. So I have been waiting for this to come out. So y'all know I like Huda Beauty products. I think they are amazing. So I'm excited to try this Easy Blur. So I'm a fan of the Matte Luminous. I do use that a lot for stage glam on my medium deep dark clients. My shade is 500G. So we'll do a little wear test on this. Why won't it focus? I don't know why it won't focus, but it says 500G. And then this just caught my eye. It's also another Huda product, but it is a lip gloss. And y'all know I'm a lip gloss girl. The shade is Foxy. Here, I'll show you. Hold on, I'm doing this one-handed. This is the shade Foxy. That is what it looks like. Here, I put a little bit on. Although my lip today, it was just the NYX lip liner and butter gloss. OG, it looked amazing. So just gonna take that off, and this shade, this is such an amber shade. This is like, it's giving fall. First impression. Ooh, okay, so I like this applicator. It has like a little divot, so it's perfect for the lips. Oh yeah. Oh yes. This is my fall gloss. Y'all, it's fall. You want to do some fall makeup tutorials? Like OG YouTube? Okay. Yeah, that's what I got. That is what I got. I love... Why am I putting this gloss back in the bag? That's going in my purse. Perfect, because I was transitioning over anyway because I was doing the Fenty Gloss Bombs. I ran out of that, and then I was just doing the Maybelline Lifters, which is a total dupe for that, especially the Hot Cherry shade and the red one Maybelline Lifters. But now, as it's fall approaching, this will be my fall gloss. I love it. Love it! Okay. Let's get out of here. All right, home sweet home. Now I am going to clean my house. I did a good chunk of cleaning my house yesterday, but there's just a couple more things that I want to do because I want to bring out my fall decor. So I don't know about you, but anytime like the seasons change, I like to kind of do a little bit more of like a deeper clean, which I probably won't be able to hit like my deep cleaning today, but there are just some things I do want to do before I start bringing in my decor. So we're going to do that. For me, this is essential for getting organized because messy house, messy mind. I am someone who is very organized, and obviously when you live with your family, everyone has a different mindset. So I love my family. they are not the most organized human beings. So it's just a matter of me having to, first of all, let go of my own will, which that has just basically been the trend for the whole year, and figuring out, okay, we got to meet halfway. We have to cohabitate. At the same time, I cannot function in chaos. I can't do it. So for me, if my home is not in order, and when I say not in order, I don't mean like everything like put in place perfectly. Like, no, like I don't dictate how anyone cleans. I don't care how you clean it. When just make sure it's clean. But there are certain things that's just kind of like the common areas. Those need to be in order because I can't function. And then also, I'm pretty sure some of you are probably wondering, hey, Amber, what's going on with prep? Are you still competing? I'm still in prep. I am, what's today? Today is September 4th. So I had a new low yesterday. I came in at 153.6. So we're 10 pounds down because when I started this prep, I was 160. And then week 2, I shot up to 163. So that's the most I've ever weighed in my life. So we're officially 10 pounds down. I will post some photos of what I'm looking like. These are from last week. So today is Wednesday. I don't check in again. Yeah, today's Wednesday, so this is my check-in basically from last week. So what I'll do is, because I'm pretty sure by the time this video goes up, I'll just insert my check-ins of what I currently look like right now. So when I check in tomorrow, which is Thursday, but that's what you guys are going to see. Did that make sense? Here's what I currently look like, okay? So we're officially 10 pounds down, which is cool. I still do not know if, or I still don't know what show I'm doing. And honestly, I am happy to not have the stress of feeling, okay, I gotta gun it, because here's the thing. I talked to my coach and I said, listen, if I make it to stage this year, it will be a miracle, because this has just not been the most ideal prep. I have not at all been able to manage my stress. Like, honestly, today, the past 2 days are the least stressed that I have been probably in 2 months. So I'm guessing that's probably why my weight is starting to come down now, because I don't have that stress on me. But I'm not pressed to get on stage this year. If I do manage to get on stage this year, cool. And if not, that's okay. But my coach said it doesn't matter. Either way, we need to get your weight down. So regardless if we are going to make it to stage, or if we just need to get me to my normal maintenance weight. Oh, I mean, I guess I am at my maintenance weight at this point. My maintenance weight's typically 152, and then I normally start prep at 152, 150. So I don't know what's going to happen now. I don't know. We'll see. But either way, she wants my weight to come down. So it's going to be a matter of prepping or keep having the weight come down, hold, and then start back up at the beginning of the year. I'm fine with whatever. And that's one of the beauties of being a pro. There are more shows, so we're not stressed. But even if you're not a pro, here's the thing. Don't stress yourself out trying to get to stage. Don't crash into a show, because it's not going to be your best showing. I know for me and my body, I can be doing all the things, checking my boxes, and if I am stressed, my body will not do anything. So on top of being stressed, and then like it has been hard for me to check all the boxes just because my life has just not been set up appropriately for me to just check my boxes and have a 100% focused prep. And that's not anyone's fault. That's just the way that life happens sometimes. And I think people assume that, oh, well, you should persevere and push through. There have been times when I have been able to persevere and push through. And then there have been times when I haven't been. And this prep, there are a lot of times where it's just like life, personal, family situations are just more important than, okay, I have to miss cardio today. I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't hit all my meals. Unfortunately, when I do get stressed, I do sometimes not hit all my meals. So here's the thing. I don't care who you're talking to. We'll use pros for an example. If you ever come across a pro and they tell you that they have done every prep 100% perfect, they are a liar. At some point, they have missed their cardio. At some point, they have eaten off of plan. At some point, something has happened. It's happened to me before. So that's not an excuse for you to just BS and not follow your plan, but it's to let you know that just because someone is a pro doesn't mean that they don't have the same struggles as you. We're all doing the same things. We are all human. So that's my prep update. Let's clean the house. All right, y'all. So as I'm cleaning, I just want to
speak on a few things that the Lord has been personally tapping me on my shoulder about. Y'all know I don't speak on anything that I have not personally gone through or as of late. Not in the midst of currently going through. So I share these things because I feel prompted to, and so therefore we're being obedient. And most importantly, if what I'm going through is going to potentially help someone out, then to God be the glory. That's always my mission and focus. So one of the things that God's been talking to me about, tapping me on my shoulder, is being a better steward over my home. It was definitely difficult, and I didn't realize that this was a struggle for me. So, we've been here for 3 months now, and when we got here, like, honestly, everything just happened really fast. Y'all know we had our previous house, and it was great, it was fantastic, but it was a fixer-upper, and it became so much to the point to where we were dumping so much money into it, and it started to not make any sense anymore. And so now that some time has gone by, I've really had a moment to sit back and think about it. I truly understand that that was honestly the turning point in my marriage, just simply because my husband and I, we weren't agreeing on a lot of things in regards to that house. So I can see now, okay, we didn't handle that appropriately, we didn't handle each other appropriately. However, you live and you learn, right? The thing is, though, since we got here, everything was rushed. It was so fast. There were a lot of emotions with us, leaving our old house. And I never got the opportunity to make this home feel cozy, to make it feel like my home. And so now I'm realizing that's also a part of my stress just in my home, is because, like, your home is supposed to be your sanctuary, right? And so it's supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel cozy, you know what I mean? And I never got that vibe from it. And I think now it's just, I realize I was putting so much work into our old house, just like really, like, doing all the home improvements and everything, to the point where I think maybe I was a little bit low key sad and I didn't realize it. Because for me, unfortunately, I have the tendency to disassociate. And this is just growing up as a child, having to adjust to changes really quickly. And while, yes, that can be a positive that I am able to adjust, but at the same time, I notice when I adjust really quickly, it's me disassociating. So therefore, I am not being in tune with my emotions or how I truly feel about something in that moment. And so what happens is, over time, things just start to pile up and pile up and pile up. And before you know it, 3 years later, I'm out here crazy, losing my mind, not trying to figure out what's wrong with me. I'm thinking it's one thing in the moment. And it's like, no, girl, you've got some stuff from 3 years ago that you hadn't handled, and, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and so on and so on. You get me? This is why it is healthy to deal with your emotions. This is something that I am learning, and this is something that is not easy. However, take it to the Lord. That's why journaling is important. Praying is important. Talking to the Lord. Just, I'm learning to truly work out my emotions with God instead of keeping it in. And of course, having someone that you feel comfortable with, that's always great to do as well. But I've noticed, as of late, for me, the first thing that I need to do is take it to God, especially because it's just, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Anywho, that's that on that. So being a better steward over my home. And then also something that I need to really work on was learning to be content. You know, I need to be like Paul. Paul was content when he had plenty, and he was content when he didn't have much. Let me tell you something. So I just finished reading Acts, right? And Apostle Paul, I call him Uncle Paul because Paul's just wise. And then when you think about, like, the beginning, from how he was Saul and how he was just out here, ransacking people, stoning folks because, they had different beliefs, and how God turned him, and how, God basically used it for his glory. Yeah, it's incredible. But Uncle Paul be knowing, y'all. And so something that I have to really work on, and the Lord changed my heart with, was learning to be content. That was a struggle for me. And I think a lot of that just came from, just growing up and having what you needed but not having, what you wanted, and then being in my 20s just trying to strive and trying to make something of myself. And it got to the point where it was just like that toxic feminine energy of girl boss feminism, hustle, grind. That did not serve me in any way. And so I got to the point where I'm just like constantly striving and driving all the time and basically just driving myself down into the ground. But it made me get to a point where I always want more, always wanting more. And that's quite demonic. I'm not saying don't have goals, that's not it. But if you can't learn to be content in the current moment, God's not going to bless you with anything else. And that's not me trying to, push prosperity gospel, but you have to truly learn to be content. So regardless if it's good, bad, or indifferent, you have to be content. And so for me, with my house, I love our neighborhood. Our house is cute. However, it's just the intersection that we live in, it drives me crazy because we live smack dab in the middle of the city, which I do love. However, it's just hard to get in and out of. And then, there are just some other things where I'm like, oh, well, it's not as like the kitchen's not as aesthetically pleasing, whatever the heck that's supposed to mean. It's just kind of like, Amber, when you walk outside of your door because you live in the city, you go down the street and make a left, you see homeless people all the time. They would love to live in a quiet, cute, safe neighborhood. They would love to live in the house that you live in. And so then I had to take it a step back. It's like, okay, so because maybe it's not in the exact area that I want, or because it's not as big as I want, it's like, girl, you need to count your blessings because younger Amber, excuse me, all younger Amber ever wanted was to live in a neighborhood in a house. And that's what I'm doing right now. So it was definitely a reality check. And this is why I love it when God gently taps you on your shoulder and just starts convicting you, because you have to understand that if God is convicting you, it's because He loves you. God's conviction is redirection, it's protection. He's showing you something within you, which isn't easy. When God starts showing you some stuff about yourself that maybe you didn't quite realize, it is very hard to process and wrap your head around. However, understand that it is necessary. So, learning to be content, and then also managing my mind. Managing my mind has been huge. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier, managing my mind with the Lord first, because I am definitely in some sort, I don't even know what type of season this is. The Lord revealed to me that I'm not in a waiting season. I thought in the middle of August that I'm like, okay, I'm in a waiting season. And He told me, you ain't waiting on nothing. What it is what it is. I need you to be you. And it was daunting, but the one thing that always gives me confirmation that it's God and not me just going through a bunch of emotions is that it's daunting, and then within 30 minutes I always feel peace. That's how I know it's from God and it's not myself. And so I'm not in a waiting season. I kind of feel like I'm in the wilderness. I don't know. I don't know, but just I know what it is. It's still that process of dying to self and giving up your will. So when you are dying to self, it's this tug of war with your old self and the renewing, the new self of what God is doing in you and how He's working in you. And so that has been very tricky to navigate, which is why I've been saying people think that, when you are on this journey and this faith walk with following Christ, that it's going to be peachy keen, everything's good and easy. It is not easy. In fact, it is easier to not follow Christ. Honestly, it really is, because when you know better, you do better. And when God starts to renew you, He starts to open up your eyes. You start to see things clearly, and then you have to literally kill your old flesh. It is difficult. And then last but not least, something else that God has been tapping me on my shoulder about is serving and helping my husband more. My husband is going through some transitional things. So y'all know Murillo, he worked in the appliance business for 14 years, longer than we've been together. The man is blessed and anointed with his hands. And this is something that I need to make sure that I do a better job at affirming and reminding him, because anything that he touches is fixed. So he can fix literally anything. He's a handyman. Y'all know he cooks. And so he put his appliance business down and is now focusing on cooking. So my family, his mom and mother-in-law, has a bakery here in Charlotte. So he works there throughout the week, but now he's at the point to where he is ready to step out on faith and finally do his own thing. So Murillo's Kitchen. So we've been working on the back end of, okay, what does that look like? What are you doing? So he's going to start off with doing meal prep. He actually had his first catering event last weekend. So he catered a wedding welcome party, and it was about 50 people, and he did amazing. The food, it was so good. I might do, no, I'm gonna hype my man up. I'm gonna put some B-roll over here so y'all can see what he did, but that's what we're focusing on. And so for me, God already told me that, hey, you need to be a helpmate. These are things that he told me at the beginning of the year, which now, see, I'm getting the revelation. I'm understanding why now, but I need to focus on helping and serving my husband more. And with helping and serving my husband more, I also understand that there are some things that I need to let go of. There are some things that I need to put down, just for the sole fact of, as my duty on this earth, first, serve the Lord. Secondly, serve and help my husband. I'm his helpmate. So that has been something else that I'm just really thinking about and processing, and I'm okay with it. Because when you truly understand, first of all, who you are in Christ, when you understand God's order and how things are supposed to be in His eyes, yes, it's hard to basically undo all the things that you've maybe been doing, but I understood that how I was operating, it wasn't healthy for me, it wasn't healthy for my marriage, it wasn't healthy for my spiritual growth, it wasn't healthy. And so I am 100% okay. It's not even sacrificing, it's just being obedient. God said, hey, it's time to shift, make some adjustments, you know. So those are some things that the Lord has been working out in me. I hope that that was helpful to any of you. Of course, you know, if you ever want to talk a little bit more, drop the comments, or you can send me a DM on Instagram. I'm always open to chatting with
All
you.
right. It's smelling good in here. My main goals were to steam mop my floors, because if you have dogs, especially large dogs, you already know. So that is done. Vacuumed, steam mopped, tidied up. So I was supposed to go get my fall decor out, but I decided I'm going to go sofa shopping instead, because we need a new sofa. And so, with that being said, with me working on just making my home cozy, I want to do that first, because it might encourage me to change my fall decor a bit. Yeah, I don't know. So, first of all, gotta talk to my husband about that first. I'm pretty sure he's gonna say okay, because this sofa, we're due. This sofa is 7 years long and we need a new one. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna wrap up today's video, you guys. I hope that this was helpful and encouraged you. That is always my goal with any of my content, to be helpful, to encourage, to just, cheer you on, pull you up, understanding that no matter what it is that you're going through in life, first of all, you're not alone. God is with you. He's your protector. He's your provider, and you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. All right? So thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to cast one more net.